out there with your film gear, hiding in the shadows filming. I was recording audio with my little mic in hand and I was approached. But being honest, a lot of film work is invisible. Take sound, for example. And that just there was the original sound from the day, and I don't think it worked very well. But thankfully, Epidemic Sound has a fully stacked sound library with many different sounds that you can layer over your tracks to create a real atmosphere. And the truth is that sound is storytelling. Now, a bit of storytelling from me, a backstory. I was once Australia's most prolific filmmaker, as quoted in Inside Film magazine, for the feature, short, and documentary films that I'd made over the years. And as an independent filmmaker, I decided to take my skills to YouTube so I can connect with you.
But it also started from my midlife or quarter-life crisis.
Now, I'm positive that the visuals are going to be amazing when I make a feature film on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, but the sound is going to be really important too. So I plan on using Epidemic Sound's library to get all the beautiful sounds and textures on this feature film. Hey, how you doing?
Cool.
Recording sounds.
Huh?
Recording sounds.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, footsteps for films. Yeah. Have a good one, man. And as much as I like recording in the real world, you have to be in the right mind frame to do that. And sometimes these conversations go well, sometimes they're a bit mean, and sometimes you just get funny looks. And if I haven't recorded enough ambience and Foley out there, I have Epidemic Sound to help with recreating that world through the Foley and the ambience on the sound library. Recording Foley out there can sometimes be really difficult, and for someone with anxiety sometimes, I struggle with that. Being out there recording footsteps. I mean, take this person for example. I was just recording my footsteps out there and they were full on staring at me. And no joke, they doubled back, they came back and they kept staring at me. And look, it's no big deal. People are probably just curious about what this funny looking guy is doing out there recording his feet. As you can hear, the sound library had more texture and nuance. When the train passed on the day, it was a little bit grating, but with the control of sound that I could use to mix all these different sounds together, I put about 3 or 4 different train tracks in, and you can't see it, but there's a lot more layers to that sound now. And back in the day, I collected a lot of different sound libraries from film schools and other people's hard drives over the years, building a collection that I could use on my documentary and film work. However, when 2020 happened, I had to make a short film, and I realized I didn't have enough sounds. I had limited sounds, and this is the mix that I was able to get from that hard drive. It wasn't detailed enough, but you can hear the ambulance going off in the background. But going through Epidemic Sound Library, I realized there are just so many different sounds. And now that this door has been unlocked with Epidemic Sound, let's have a look at the audio raw with no sound design from Epidemic Sound. And now let's hear it with Epidemic Sound. As he left his body and floated over the grass, he thought of his childhood, the train passing. What does it all mean? Okay, now that's a vibe, but this can all be enhanced with music. See, that drone does not sound very good, so let's cue the music. And let's replace the drone sound with a better sound. He flew his little drone inside because the 4 walls were his prison. But he had a dream to make a film and escape on the back of a passing train. He missed the train. He had to go back to recording every individual sound. But then he had the idea to mix the two. All the music and sound in this video has been created with Epidemic Sound's music and sound library. And the good thing is, if you yourself want to get out there and mix your own sounds with Epidemic Sound, well, you've got a fully fleshed out video with an atmosphere that can rival Hollywood films maybe even. Now onto the business side of things, Epidemic Sound actually has a commercial clearance. Now you can just put your channel onto the Epidemic Sound database and your channel will be cleared. There's also commercial versions of that, so if you need to do that for your clients, well, your clients' videos will be cleared. This is so important for independent filmmakers. Over the years, I've noticed my independent films get flagged online for ambience or footsteps that I took from film schools or friends, and sound libraries. This can cause issues when putting work online. However, having it all in one place is really useful because you don't waste any time now. You literally have access to a database and you just put your channel on, and then therefore you get access to it and you won't get flagged. And with a commercial plan, of course, I'm going to source Epidemic Sound's sound library to make my feature and short films going forward, because this is a way to keep everything in-house. And as you know, making a feature film on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is a mammoth task. There's a lot of writing and location scouting to do. That's the place I'm in right now, so I got to get back to doing that. But I want to say again, anything that makes my life easier as a filmmaker is just a blessing. So Epidemic Sound, this has been great, and I'm really excited to utilize this to make my feature film on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. For anyone who has joined on the journey, thank you so much. And for those new people coming to watch me as I create grassroots, independent, low-budget filmmaking on a camera that is consumer, I know it's going to be beautiful because the story is what counts, and I hope my story has been inspiring to you. Really appreciate it, and see you on the next one. Peace.
So tiring.